Hello, everyone. This is William McKnight with the Allure Realtor Group coming to you live from Las Vegas, Nevada. Today is a beautiful day in Las Vegas. It's a little windy, but hey, we love it here. It's a little warm, and it's a beautiful day to do some real estating. Today's topic is going to be proof market is changing. We're going to go over some numbers. I promise you, we're not going to try to be boring and very detailed about the numbers. We're going to let you know how the real estate market is changing and how that is going to affect you if you're buying, selling, or investing in Las Vegas, Nevada. Okay, I have my guest who was with me before, and his name is Victor Vasquez. I hope you could see him. Where are you, Victor? There you are.
I'm here.
Hello, sir. How are you?
Good, good. Thanks for having me again. I mean, and I like what you said about not making it boring, not making it very difficult, just plain and simple. And I
Yes.
think that's the way everybody can understand it better. Even if you're not in real estate, you will have an idea of what's going on.
Hey, I'm a numbers guy. I've always been a numbers guy, and but not everybody is. So we're gonna simplify it for everyone. I know you're a numbers person too, and I appreciate you covering my friend. We had a friend of ours and a colleague that one of the family members got sick, and so they couldn't be here. So last minute, Victor Vasquez came and rescued this show. So I appreciate you coming on once again, my friend. And as
Anytime.
always, go ahead.
Anytime, and I hope your friend's family is good. I mean, especially with everything going on, we just have to, send positive vibes out there, and just hopefully we can get out of the situation we're in, because it's just going to be vital for just us to go to normality. I don't know about you, but I'm personally feeling it sometimes, and I'm just ready to go back to normal. I'm ready to go have a beer at a bar with my friends and just be normal. So, well,
I
hopefully
agree,
we'll
my
get back to
friend.
it.
I agree 100%, and I know that's coming soon. Um, Remember, ask your questions in the comment section. We will be accepting those, and we will be responding to those very briefly. And if we can ask you for a favor, like and share our show. We're going to come on live every Wednesday between 12 and 1 p.m. And of course, we value your questions and comments. Give us a minute and let's go right into it. Today's topic is the market changing to a balanced or a buyer's market? Victor, you want to take that one on?
Well, that's kind of like the $1 million question right now with everything going on, right? Like I told you in the last show, I work for the title and escrow company, so we do get to see kind of like the back end of everything's going on. So what I'm starting to see on the back end is we're getting contracts with seller giving closing contributions now. Not a lot of contracts, but are seeing some versus maybe last month we were not seeing any contracts, any sellers giving any seller concession, seller contribution because of the way the market is. Now we're seeing them. Like I said on the last show, properties are sitting a little longer and they're getting less offers. It is changing. I do feel a shift, but to call it a buyer's market right now, I don't know. There might be a window, maybe in the next. I want to say my prediction in the next 60 to 90 days, where I will feel it's going to be a buyer's market just for a little bit, but just there's so much demand, there's so much people moving in, and there's so much construction going on that I feel that it's going to go back to a seller's market. But right now, it seems to be getting a little balance, not quite a buyer's market, but that's pretty much the best answer I can give to it.
I agree with you. I love the fact that you do monthly reports, and we're going to be showing that to you in just a few. Let me show you the last report that you sent out, which is the real estate market update as of August 2021. So now let's go over this briefly because I do have a chart. I took the information that you've given to us on a monthly basis. I put it in a chart and it will visually show what the market is doing. One of the really cool things about this is that you give us the information in a very concise manner, something that's very understandable. And we're going to go over that briefly with you. Do you want to go over this portion of you have a summary of the,
Yeah.
and now, just so everyone is aware, this is single family residence, right? Or does it include condos, townhomes, mobile homes?
No, this is just for that's for single family residents.
Okay.
And I'm looking
Okay.
at my report right now because the sharing screen it's a little
Yes.
small.
Yes, of
So
course.
let me. Okay, so let me go ahead and fix it here. Apologize to the
No, no, no.
audience, but
That's
let me
okay.
fix it.
That's okay.
Yeah.
We want to make sure you can see
Okay,
that
so what
information.
I like about this report, and again, people that are in the business, in the real estate business, I like tracking the numbers every single month. So it can give me an understanding of the market, and it can give me some type of understanding of where are we going in this market, right?
Correct.
So I'm gonna put it to you this way. So let's take July, okay, because
Okay.
that's the latest data that we have. So last year in July, okay, the existing number of home sales were 3,325. Okay. Now we're almost about the same, 3,352, but the medium sales price it's 405 versus last year the same time we were at 330,000. So that's about a what, a 22%, 25% increase. So now last month we were at 395,000, and this month we're at 405. So as you can see, I mean, the prices just keep going up, and I mean, and the sales and the existing home sales keep going up as well. It's very curious on this report that July of 2020 versus now, we only did probably about 25 more transactions.
Well,
But
you know
look
what?
at the price.
Go ahead.
Look at the price. 330 last year in July versus 405 this
Yes,
year,
that's a big jump. That's a
with the
bit
same, with almost the same number of closed transactions.
right. Right.
So I mean, prices are up. Yeah, there seems to be a little more inventory in the market,
Hmm.
but there's still a lot of demand for properties.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I want to show you something that I did with the information, and I'm going to bring it up on the screen. I'm going to hide you for a minute so people
Mhm.
can see it. And this is the units available. Now, I got this information from Victor's report, and he gives us a report. Let's say if we get a report like January's information, I'm sorry, August information would be relevant to the July month, and July report would be relevant to June, etc. So, let's start with December. December, we got the December report in January. We had 4393, and as you can see, the blues are single family residents, and then the reds are condo townhomes combined. The part of the information that's missing is manufactured. We don't, which makes sense. That market it varies, but we want to focus on single family residents and condos and townhomes. And as you can see in December, we had 4393 units combined. And then we saw a reduction in January, February, and it looks like we hit a low point at the end of March. April seemed to be in the same manner. And look at what happened in May, June, and then look at July. We had 3669 units. As you look to the far right-hand side, we pulled this information as of today. We had 4327 units. So I just wanted to comment to Victor. The information is showing that there is a dramatic change in the market as opposed to, let's say, when we were at the low point in March and
I
April.
agree, but I think we have to be careful.
Absolutely.
Just because there's so many things happening. There's so many things happening at once, right? I remember years ago, before all of this craziness, I used to get home. There was no like crazy events. Like there was, you just go to dinner, wake up, just it'll be great. Now there's so many things that can shift things, right? Now with the housing, though, the housing market, I believe that something needs to happen in order for it to be like a lot of people always are going to crash. I don't feel it's going to crash. There's different markets that go through their stuff, and right now, especially in Las Vegas, I think it's a very strong market. But I honestly also feel that these buyers are tired, or we're tired of fighting for these properties. These buyers are like, hey, I'm probably just gonna, step aside a little bit, wait, because it was a very emotional, it's a very emotional purchase, the biggest purchase of your life,
Absolutely.
right? So
Absolutely.
I've heard from a lot of realtors that their buyers were just getting exhausted, really getting tired because of how competitive the market is. Yes, there's more inventory, But if we look at the numbers, we closed just as many as last year, and the price are up. The sales price
Yes.
are up like almost 25%.
Yes, and we got to see, and you're 100% right. You cannot look at a small portion of a graph, of any graph, and try to forecast the future, especially in the times that we're at right now. We all know, we all are experiencing very different times than we were 2-3 years from now ago, and it's a good thing that we're keeping an eye on the market. I am a little excited, just so you know. I like a balanced market. I like to see buyers and sellers have equal equity in the market versus having it, directed at another side. So I'm excited for Las Vegas. You're right. The median home price has gone up dramatically. And so that we got to keep an eye on that. We want to remain affordable, and we don't want to go into runaway increases in that, because that could potentially spell a dramatic drop. But as of right now, I agree with you. I do not see the market crashing. I see it continuing to be healthy. I like to see the numbers increase as far as how much inventory comes in, just because it makes it healthier for us. I don't want to dwell into this too much, but if you want to see the graph, I will be posting it on my page. I'm on Facebook, sweethomellv.com, if you want to see. One of the topics that I wanted to talk to you about, coming soon listings. That's a new section that we have as agents. I feel like it's an equitable section to have. That means the properties are coming shortly, and I do have to update this number because I did pull up the information, and it went up to 199. We have coming soon listings of 199, and guess what? I'll be the 200th. I got a new coming soon listing that will be available on what is it? September 2021. Is that crazy?
I know.
So the way a coming soon listings is that the seller has the interest in selling, and they've signed an agreement to list the property, but they're not fully ready to sell the property. Maybe they're preparing the property, or there could be a tenant. There's many issues but they want to initiate the marketing process. So 199 listings that are not part of this graph that I put on here. How do you feel about the coming soon listings, and how do you feel that they're going to affect this particular graph or the market conditions?
It's going to be really interesting to have this feature of how many listings are coming in versus how many contracts are opening, right? So then that we can get like the net gain or a negative net gain. Yes. That's what we're going to keep track. Now, we wish we can predict the future, but I think having that tool, it's going to help us better to predict what's going on, because if we keep tracking the way that we're doing, we should be able to tell you within, we keep tracking for 3 to 6 months, we will have a better idea of how things are going, but I think this is a great thing. So all you have to do is just track how many listings are going, track how many are going into contract, and that should kind of give us an indication how things will be going. Because either there's going to be more listings out there, or there's going to be less listings because there are more that are going into contract than being listed. So I think that's a great feature.
Good. I'm going to close out this section with advice to buyers, sellers, and investors. And Victor, of course, I would like for you to chime in and tell me your thoughts on this. Buyers, the market is potentially changing in your favor. It is time for you to get your documentation ready, your check your credit status, your employment status. I know a lot of questions have been asked about if you were off during the pandemic period and unemployment. There's a lot of people that were in that same scenario, and we found solutions to that. So ask those questions. Victor is more the title person. I handle the real estate. So go ahead and give me a call, send me a message. We'll get you started on that. But do start looking into it, because it may be a favorable time for you to look into buying a home. Sellers, if you've been interested in selling your property, I think this is the time for you guys to start looking into it as soon as possible. Doesn't mean that it's not a seller's market. It continues to be a seller's market, but the balance could be changing. So We want to get you the most amount of money possible in your listings. So let's start looking at those listings now. Investors, keep an eye on the market. The rental market here is absolutely insane, and we covered that the last week. If you want to review the videos, it is on my Facebook page. But investors, Las Vegas will continue to be hot when it comes to rentals. If you guys are interested in renting or finding properties to rent, please let me know. We can get you started with that. Victor, you want to add anything to that?
Well, the advice, I mean, to all of them, it's supply and demand.
Mhm.
That's what we keep track. Supply and demand. Buyers, I always, people in my family, they sometimes they think I'm a realtor, and I'm not. Okay, I want to clarify that. So they ask me, "Hey, is this a good time to buy?" And honestly, here's what I always say. Listen, I know people that bought a house when the crash happened, right? But they were able to keep it, and now, I mean, their equity has skyrocketed,
Correct.
right? So if you're comfortable with the payment, and if you're not planning to sell or move in the next 3 to 5 years, and if you can afford your payment comfortably, then it's kind of like whatever the market's going to do, you're going to be okay, because those people that decided to buy back in 2007, 6, and 8, and if they kept their home, now they're okay with their equity. They probably have a lot of equity, right? So
Correct.
that's what I always tell when people ask me, if it's the right time to buy. I mean, you have to. It's what's most important to you when it's the right time to buy. Do you want to keep paying? I mean, the rent is it's crazy right now, right?
It is. It
And
is.
sometimes it just takes to get all your ducks in a row, like William was saying, get everything in order. Because I feel in my prediction, we're gonna have a window where there's gonna be more inventory, and you just have to be ready. Back in the days, William, and you know this as a realtor,
Yes.
this is how buyers will operate. I want a house with the back then it was like a $1,200 payment, right? And then the market changed. Oh, I want a house with a $1,500 payment, and that was comfortable. Now it's up to maybe like a $2,000 payment even. That's
Yeah.
how kind of people, or something about 260. So it keeps increasing. So the more people wait, the more it's gonna go up based on what we're seeing. But again, it's you got to do what's important to you. I just say supply and demand, and that's why I think William's doing an amazing job of showing you the numbers and how the market's going, so that way people can make educated decisions for themselves.
Well, thank you for that, and I appreciate your input on this. I want to say hi to Marta Mojica. Thank you for your support. She sent a message. Yes, let's keep moving forward to good things to come. Absolutely. And thank you, Carla Rivera, for that comment. And I appreciate the value in this broadcast. We're going to continue this. And next week, I know we've been using and abusing Victor because he's been so kind and to
Hey,
cover
I'm
up.
in escrow. I get used on the abuse all the time. It's
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. Victor, you're so awesome. Thank you for the information that you're sharing with us. Keep that information coming with regards to the market. I'm going to try to vary guests as far as the topics. I had a loan officer coming in, an actual very experienced loan officer, but we know what the times are like. He couldn't make it, so Victor jumped in, and with the superhero cape comes in, and we talk about
Trying.
numbers. Yes.
Well, you're providing good value to the community, to your colleagues with the information, which I think knowledge is power, and people can just take it and make their own decisions.
Yes, you know what? I'm seeing. I'm getting a lot of phone calls from buyers that are saying, "Okay, let's get the process started." I had a listing appointment on Monday, and I have another one coming up soon. So the market continues to be active. Olivia, thank you so much. She's another real estate extraordinaire. We worked previously, and she's a good friend of mine. And Nydia Cruz, she's another amazing loan officer that I work with. Thank you. And she says great information. I appreciate the support.
I've
And
heard great things about Nidhi. I think I
yeah,
met her years ago. I don't think she remembers me, but I met her years ago. She was very, very nice to me.
you
I
know
always
what?
appreciate loan officers and realtors that are very, very nice to title reps. So,
Yes.
Nidhi, thank you.
It's not hard to be nice to you, my friend. But listen, once again, I'm blessed to have you, my friend. Thank you so much. Continue. We appreciate the information that you're sharing. And I want to close up by saying thank you all for your support. If you have any questions or comments, put them on my Facebook page or on the YouTube page, and I will answer them as soon as they come. Keep an eye on this market. Keep an eye on this page. We're going to stay on top of things. We're going to be accessible to you via video, texting, you name it, right, Victor?
Smoke signals,
Smoke
calligraph,
signals,
telepathy, anything.
telepathy. Yes, we're going to continue to be in touch with you. We appreciate you making us a priority this afternoon. I hope you have a blessed day. It's a little windy out there. It's nice and warm. Victor, you keep safe, my friend.
You too, my friend. Thanks for having me again.
All right. Thank you so much. And we are out. Have a wonderful